Welcome to Koh Young here at SMT Connect. Delighted to be joined by Harold Eppinger. Nice to see you again, Harold.
Hello, nice to meet you again.
Yeah, okay. So I heard this morning that you were attending a meeting with a couple of other companies talking about semiconductor business here in Europe.
Yep.
Can you explain a little bit about what your views are on that?
Yeah, we had a discussion with the other vendors to emphasize that there's a changing point in our electronic business. And we can rephrase it maybe quite simple. The future of the PCB, is it still green?
Right.
Or is it getting smaller and more flexible? So I think this describes more or less what we like to emphasize. Mm-hmm. Miniaturization is known for us, we know, but it's getting so small that it becomes more the character of an integrated package.
Yep.
So, and I think this is what we're discussing, because where's the future going and what we have to cope with.
No, I think so. I mean, you know, as I mentioned earlier, if you open an iPhone, all you see is 6 or 8 big chips, or big packages, should I say, that are all overmolded and very few discrete semiconductors. Yeah. So I think you're right. There's definitely a more push towards the advanced packaging side.
That's exactly the point. The need is clear. The integration is so high that you cannot fit more. Yeah, we know all the businesses. We have the multimedia applications with all the noise cancellation, the charging, the Bluetooth, and this one. But you have the same one in the e-mobility. Mm-hmm. There's a high integration. There's even power control. You have a small chip, but you have enormous energy to control when you see the battery in the car. But all these combinations, that's what is changing, and it's getting more dense and really packed.
Right. So you had a meeting, as I understand it, with Koenen, and you also had
EKRA/ASYS.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think that you're going to be able to bring to some of these advanced packaging companies, especially in the lower Bavaria region?
I would say we like to emphasize that not just the established packaging company can do the job. What we like to prove is that a good EMS guy is capable to do it. But you have to say, yes, I would like to do it, and I will do it now. So we see that our customers, all our customers, the stencil, the printer customers, and our customers, they are able already to go for the next level of smaller components. So the big question is, try and error on every different application, or utilize the common knowledge of these 3 companies. And I gave a comment this morning. We cooperating since years, but we met most of the time at the customer side.
Yeah.
Why we are not cooperating earlier to utilize the know-how in an early phase, in prototyping, in setting up the lines, in the planning phase, which typically is not in our straight focus. So this is why our machines are in the lab of these companies, not only in more companies, but learning, acting, realizing, and deliver the know-how.
Right.
Yeah?
Well, but you know, a lot of these, obviously, when you go into advanced packaging, you know, you're starting to work in a clean room environment. So do you have access to clean room environment to help do some of this development work for prototyping?
So clean room environment is very close to the wafer fab, and the packaging is not immediately automatically in clean room. So there's a border, a gap. So we are clean room certified with our machines. But not always necessary for the application where it's executed. And what I have to say is, we are starting the business in Europe for semicon and the packaging, but it is a lot of experience already in our camp, especially from Koh Young point of view, because you know that Dr. Koh is an innovative guy, and he developed already the machine. And the big names in the chip industry, they're already our customers since 6-8 years. But now it's getting a normal product. That's important. Yeah.
So which actual machines in the Koh Young stable are most useful in the advanced packaging field? Which ones?
I think very clear. Beside our standard machine, we can cope with a certain small size of components. We have the Meister D and Meister S, who is extra designed on this. And the latest release, we have 3.5 micron resolution, which is really extremely high resolution for this application, and still on the idea on the 3D reconstruction. So 3D reconstruction, 3.5 micron, and this is the most important thing, transparent material or shiny material.
Yes.
So this is was the challenge for EOI. Every time when it's glass transparent, was a no-go. We can cope with this, and this was the breakthrough for the technology, especially in this packaging.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, you certainly did put a lot of work into dealing with these shiny packages, so that's something. Good. So you and Koenen and EKRA are going to offer your services as a group?
No, it's just we would like to emphasize. Look, we see there is a need upcoming. There's a lot of money from the European Union going to the market to develop these sites, to develop the factories. We all know that Intel built up a huge site now, decided to do it in Germany.
Yeah.
Nobody was thinking about that this will happen in Germany because of labor costs or expensive environment. In real, there is no longer the limitations of labor costs because there is only a few people involved. So it doesn't matter if this factory is in Asia, in wherever, in America or in Europe. So this is one part. But to execute it, to decide, let's do it here, now, and change the business. And we believe our normal customers, they are able to move into this world. So we have already the customers which are coming from the packaging industry. There's already our customers, the no-names, but also from the other side, from the PCB side, going into the smaller structures. I think that's why we can help to clarify the processes, to define the right results, and applying all our experience in normal AOI SPI, because it's more or less the same, but much, much smaller.
Right. Now, it's an interesting area, and I mean, I'm guessing, with the amount of regionalization that's starting to happen, with business coming back from Asia, we're going to see more and more of that.
That's exactly what we see. The people are looking around. The supply chain is a disaster. The availability is a disaster. Yeah. And there's a lot of discussion if it's homemade or not. We have to face it. Yeah. And I think it becomes clear with all the environment impact. There will be a reshoring. There will be a re-establishing of this know-how and production sites here. And that's what we see as a future. I mean, so all of us in the group, and we see it as a future for the EMS industry.
Great. Well, I think it's a great idea, actually. Getting together to help companies ahead of time. Rather sit with their prototyping and NPI and everything else. So I wish you every success with it, and we'll keep a close eye on it.
We keep you in the loop that you can report about us. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you then, Harold.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Koh Young is leading a smart revolution that will change the world of electronics manufacturing. Based on our pioneering True 3D measurement-based inspection technology, we revolutionize the solder paste inspection market to such great lengths that 1 in 2 SPIs sold today is from Koh Young. Building our SPI technology, we expanded to automated optical inspection, also known as AOI. Every year, we introduce new award-winning innovations and have proudly earned the respect from thousands of customers across diverse industries. Aside from our R&D center in Korea, we have research facilities focused on artificial intelligence and deep learning across the world to help us further develop proprietary AI technologies for your challenges. With our global network of sales and service centers, we aim to respond quickly to your needs and to deliver the highest level of customer satisfaction.